You know, ever since I started my online business, the area that used to frustrate me the most is email marketing. A lot of the tools that I was using were quite difficult to use. And because I was working with email on a different platform and I was trying to run things on my website, it was just way too much for me. But now I'm really excited because I'm now using FluentCRM. FluentCRM has made email very, very easy. In fact, I have dedicated the next series of videos to show you how to get started with FluentCRM. So for those of you that don't know what FluentCRM is, this is an email marketing automation software for WordPress. Now, before we get started, I'd also like to remind you that if you buy FluentCRM Pro using my affiliate link, you get 20% off. And also you get my course, which teaches you how to do marketing automation. So without wasting a lot of time, let me show you how to use FluentCRM. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to start with installation. So over here on my site, the first thing you need to do to install is to head over to your plugins. So I'm going to hover over here and click on Add New. Next, you want to search for FluentCRM, and here it is. In my case, I have it as active because I've already gone ahead and downloaded it and also installed it. So this basic version does not have a lot of functionality, and this is why I highly recommend that you download the Pro version. In fact, if you download it right now, it has a discount. In fact, it's 20% discount. If you use my coupon code, all the information is in the video description. To install the Pro version, over here now on your dashboard, you need to copy your license key. So once you've copied your license key, you need to come over here and download FluentCRM Pro. So just click over here and you can see it's downloaded. Next, you want to go back to your site, click Upload Plugin, and then just drag it and drop it over here. Install now. So once you're installed, the next step now is to head over to FluentCRM. This is the entry that you'll see once you've installed FluentCRM. Okay, so the first things first, what I normally do or what I highly recommend that you do is to go in and do a few settings. So here we're going to go to our settings and we are going to add our emails. So we're going to come over here to email settings. This is where you want to add your from name. So in my case, I'll just put Mac and then my from email address. I can just type it here. Okay, you can also add your reply and all of that, but this is good enough. I'm going to hit save. Next, you want to add your business settings. So here you want to add your business name. So mine is Funnels to Income. You can also add your logo and also the address, but I'm not going to do that right now. So I'm going to hit save. Okay, so now that we've done this, the next step now is to head over to our dashboard and really take a look at what it looks like. So here on the dashboard, this is where you have an overview of what is happening with your company. So first of all, we have your lists here, you have your contacts, we have campaigns, email templates, and so on. So if this is connected to, say, WooCommerce, you are also going to see your sales over here, which is fantastic. Okay, now let's take a look here on this chart. So this is going to show you how your subscribers are growing. So as you can see, I only have one person here, and that is myself. So this is just to show you what this looks like. So you can also click on this little drop down and see your email sending stats. So this is where you would see your email sending stats, your open stats, and your email click stats. So it is quite useful in terms of displaying the data that you need. Okay, so let's move on to the next part, and that is the contacts. So let's say you have some contacts you need to add onto FluentCRM. How do you actually do this? Okay, so over here, I'm going to click on contacts. Now, by the way, over here on the top, we also have the navigation. Okay, so it's very easy to find your way around. So you can add our contacts in two ways. First of all, you can add it manually by just clicking here on add, and then you can just start adding the details. So I'm just going to add my details here, show you how easy that is. Okay, so that's my email address. You can also add a date of birth if you need to do that, but pretty much that's okay. Now, if you have a list set up, you can also click on this drop down and add all your lists. And once you hit confirm, this user now has been added onto my contacts list. Okay, so now let's take a look at this. And now you can see here we have Mac and Augustine Mac. Excellent. So now that we have done this, let's have a look and see how else we can import our users. And that is by clicking here on import. So you may have, say, subscribers on a different platform like, say, ConvertKit or MailChimp. So you can do this in bulk by just coming over here and clicking on import. So you can specify here that this is a CSV file and hit next. And here is where you have your delimiter. Normally, I just use comma separated. That has worked really well. And this is where you drag and drop your list of subscribers. Boom, it's as easy as that. Okay, let's close out of here. Next, what is important now is when you set up your websites and also you want to grow your leads and manage your website correctly, what you need to do now is to set your lists and your tags. This is what's going to enable you to really utilize FluentCRM. Let me show you how to do that. So over here, if you hover over contacts, you see we have our lists and our tags. So I would say list, and this is where you can add your list by clicking here on create list. So you can give a list a name. So maybe this one here could be a freebie that you're giving away. So let's name this freebie, and we can also say free ebook here or free mini course. So this is just to let you know what is happening on your site. So when you come over here, you can see that this is a free mini course in case you have a few free items. Okay, so now that we've done this, we're going to hit confirm. Now, another way to control what is happening on FluentCRM is to also have tags. So you can send emails out based on tags. Let me show you how to add your tag. Okay, so to add our tag is very easy. Again, we need to hover over here where it says contacts, click on tags. So here I'm going to say create tag, and I'm going to say downloaded freebie. So here on the subtitle, I'm going to set to that and hit confirm. Excellent. So now I have my tag and also my list created. So let's move on to the next thing. Now, here we need to take a look at our email campaigns. How do we send emails in FluentCRM? And you'll be amazed how easy this is. So if you're a beginner and you've just got started with using FluentCRM, this is how you do it. So you hover over here where it says emails, click on all campaigns, and then you want to click here on create new campaign. You want to give your campaign a title. So this one here could be a welcome, hit continue, and then you can start writing here. So you can start off by saying hello, and then you want to add your @ here. So let's say you want to say hello and then first name. So the way this works now is we've added a prefix. So the first name of that user is going to be added here, making this personalized. Okay, so now we can now go in and add all our contacts. So while we're here on this builder, I might as well show you the power of this email builder. Okay, so this is where you type your information. So I'm just going to paste a bunch of dummy text here. So let's say you want to add an image. We can just add a /, and here we go. We have our image here. This is our image block. Now, if we have our image on our computer, we can just hit upload and then we can find it that way. But we can also go to our media library here, and this will open up our WordPress media library. So let's say this is the image we need to use. I'm going to select it and click on select. Okay, so now we can see our image here has been added. Now there's a few things I can do to this as well, and that is I can resize it like that if it's a bit too big. And then over here, we also have the sizes. So in fact, let me get myself out of the way. So here we also have sizes. I can set this to 50% or 75% and so on. And I can also select the type of image here. So here I've set it to medium. I can have it as full size. And now we have this now looking much, much better. Okay, so that's how we add images. Let's take a look and see what else we can do. So if let's say you want to add some buttons. So to add your buttons, again, let me just add a button below this image. So again, I'm going to add a / and I'm just going to start typing. And here we can see we have our button, and I'm just going to say download here, or it can be buy here. Now, there's also a few things we can do here with our button, and that is adding our link by just clicking here on the top and adding our link in here. Okay, I've just added a blank link, and I can open this in a new tab. Click on enter. So now our button has a URL. Over here on the right now, this is where we can customize our button. So let's say the border radius here, I want it to be 3 because it's too round. I can just do that. And over here on our width settings, I can also set my width and make this button full width. Also, I can go to my colors here and set my colors. So my text color here can be white. And let's say I want to add a custom color here. I can just change that color and make it that. And as you can see, very, very easy to add our buttons, to add our images. And the same applies if we want to do other customizations. And that is, if we hit enter, you can see that when we add this / there's quite a lot that we can add here. We can add headings, we can add columns, and so on. But these are the basics of adding all our information that we need on our email. Okay, so in most cases, similar to you, chances are you're just going to be adding images, links, and buttons. Okay, now I want to show you another feature that is very, very powerful, and that is conditional logic. So here I am going to search for conditional. And here we go. We have our conditional section here. Now, if I select that, click on this plus button and add my content in here. So let's say I just want to add a bunch of text and paste the information in here. Now, what I can do is I can just click here and say, okay, I want this to show if they downloaded a freebie. So if I select that, now I've selected downloaded freebie. So this information here is only going to show if this person who's going to read this email has downloaded the freebie. But if they haven't downloaded it, they are not going to see it. So there are several applications that we can use this feature. It's very, very powerful, but I'll be going through this in the next upcoming videos in our series on how to master FluentCRM. Okay, so moving on. This is how we set everything up. So once we're happy with this, we can either save it or we can continue. So in this case, I want to show you the whole process of sending this email out. So I'm going to hit continue. And this now is going to take us to the next level. And that is our email subject. So here I'm just going to say, welcome to our website. But of course, you can have a much better email subject. We can also do A/B testing here. So you can add your subject text 1 and then click here on add more. So your test here could be something along the lines of welcome to our website. And this one here will be thank you for buying our product. And then you can compare and see which one is opening much better than the other. And that's the one that you may use moving forward, or make a note of that. Okay, so now that we've done our email subject, the next step now is to hit continue. And this is where we get to set where our emails need to go. And this is why the workflow is very important. You want to make sure you create your lists. You want to create your tags, because this is the part where those tags are going to be used. So if you don't create those tags first, you're going to struggle with sending your emails. All right, so over here now, if I click on this drop down, we can see now these are our lists. So we have our promo, we have our freebie. So let's say I want to send this email to all the people that subscribe to my promo email list. This is where I'll select it here. And I can also choose my tag. So I can say, okay, you know, in that promo list, I want people that have downloaded the freebie. And this is how I get to show all my contacts here on the bottom. But of course, right now there is nothing there. So if you want to send your emails to everyone, basically, you just want to make sure that you have it on all lists, all contacts. And this is how you get my 2 contacts that I added earlier on. But it is really nice if you can send your emails to specific people. So in this case, I could say all lists, and then I would say only to people that downloaded the freebie. Okay, so you can see how easy this is. It's actually quite fun. So over here, let's say you have so many lists on FluentCRM. This is where you can add and click on this plus button and also choose another set of options that you'd like to receive this email. Now, once you've done that, the next step now is to come over here and click on continue to next. So now you can see it's processing and we are pretty much ready to send it. So over here, we are just going to scroll down here, make sure everything is looking okay. If everything is looking fine, we can either send a test email or we can send emails now. Okay, so once you've done that, your emails now are going to be sent. And here it's telling us pending emails. And then once it's sent and once it's done, it's going to tell us that all the emails were sent. Now, let's go back to our dashboard. I want to show you something important here. Now, remember, when we started off, we did not have our lists, but now we have our 2 lists here. And when you click on it, it shows you the list. And there's also further stats that you can see here, which is really cool. Okay, so let's move on to the next part, and that is taking a look at our automations. So over here on automations, this is where the magic happens. And I really like the way our automations work here, because this is the engine that really drives your business. Now, you've heard so many times people say the money is in the list. If you're able to create an engine that sends email out or controls who gets an email when and what time and based on what trigger, this is what's really going to run your business. Okay, so what we're going to do now is create a new automation. So to create a new automation is very straightforward. You just click here on create new automation. So this automation here could be, let's say, for our people that downloaded the freebie. So let's call this the freebie automation. Okay. So we are now going to decide how this automation is triggered. So there's several options here, and this is why, remember I mentioned that having the Pro is a very good idea. So the Pro now allows us to have all these integrations. So far we have MemberPress, CRM, WooCommerce. If I have, say, LearnDash installed on my website, it will show up here, and there's a lot of integrations with LearnDash as well, which means I can say, for example, start an automation based on someone completing a course. So you can see how powerful that is. So right now, we're just going to keep things very, very simple. I'm going to come over here to CRM. So I want this automation to start when a tag is applied. So I'm going to say tag applied, continue. So now I'm going to select the tag. Now remember, and I keep going back to this, you need to create your tags and your lists before you start using FluentCRM, because this is what allows us to have all these options that we have in FluentCRM to be able for us to automate and make things work. So since we've created our tags, it's very easy now for us to go in and select them. So I'm going to come over here. So we have downloaded freebie, and we also have potential customer. So I'm going to click here on downloaded freebie. This is the tag that we need to use to trigger this automation. Okay, so now that we have this, I'm going to hit save settings, and now we can build our automation. So I'm going to click here on this plus button. So this is where we get to choose how or what we need to do next. So I can say, you know what? Send a custom email. Right? So over here, we can give it a subject. So I could say, since this is about the freebie, I could say download your freebie. Over here, we can add email. So I'm going to say add first name. That's my content. Now let's add our button. And then I'm going to say download here. And I'm going to leave the color as it is. Now to add the link, you can just click here, add your URL to the download. And pretty much that's all you need to do. And we are going to say save settings. So when someone downloads, they get a tag applied, then they're going to get this custom email. So we can continue now with this funnel and say, okay, you know what? Let's wait a few days, and we can specify here if it's a day or hours. So I would say maybe wait for 1 day, save settings. And then you can choose what else you want to do. So there's a lot that we can do here. So we can say after 1 day, apply another tag, or we can remove a tag. We can apply them to a list. We can do so many things. But what's more powerful here is the conditions. So here we can also say if they have a tag, potential customer, right? Then let's do something, okay? So this is where it gets really exciting. So now we're going to say, we're going to wait 1 day, and we're going to check if they have a tag, right? So the tag in here is potential customer. So if they have the tag and the answer here is yes, then we want to say end the funnel here, okay? But if they don't have potential customer, then we can add several things here. We can add them to a sequence of emails. We can also send them a custom email promoting maybe our product to them, and so on. So this is how you can start building our automation. And like I said, it's very powerful to have your tags in place first and all your emails in place in order for all this to work. Okay, so once you have set up your automation, you can just click here on publish. And now this automation is published. And if you want to view stats, you can also view stats and see what is happening here throughout this funnel. Okay, over here on the right, we also have the reports. So if you click here on view reports, it's going to show you what is happening on each and every funnel, which is very good. So you have a step report here. We also have an email analysis. It tells you how many people are opening emails. It also tells you so much information that you can go in and start tweaking as well. Okay, so as you can see, this is really powerful. This is my favorite feature here, the email automation. So I highly recommend you start playing around with this and start tweaking your business using the email funnels. Okay, so let's move on to the next thing. And what we're going to take a look at now is our forms. So when it comes to the forms, FluentCRM has its own form builder, but Fluent CRM also works with Divi, it works with Elementor, and all these other page builders, which is brilliant. So if you want to use Fluent CRM's forms, you can always use that, or you can use Divi Elementor, as I mentioned a few moments ago. Okay, so to activate it, you can just click here, and this is going to install Fluent Forms. But like I said, it's just a matter of choice. In my case, I just prefer using the Divi one, and it integrates very well with Fluent Forms. So pretty much this is going to get you up and running when you first purchase Fluent CRM. So go through all this. If you have any more questions, please let me know in the comments box below. I will be creating follow-up videos on how to maximize Fluent CRM after you've bought it. So just let me know if you have any questions or any topics you want to recommend. Just let me know in the video descriptions below. All right, guys, that's all I have for you in today's video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.